Beijing, China's capital and its cultural nerve center, a modern metropolis with traditional roots. And now it becomes the first city in the world to host both Summer and Winter Olympics. After 14 years, the biggest sporting extravaganza returns to Beijing. Thousands of athletes from around the globe will compete in over 100 events at 3 zones. Cheered on by over 1.4 billion Chinese citizens and millions abroad. CGTN will bring you a ringside view of the historic event. 2022 Beijing Olympics, the games that matter on CGTN. See the difference.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to join us as the special series Winter Games Express and presented by CGTN during the Winter Olympic Games. And we just left Zhangjiakou, one of the competition zones, and heading to Beijing, Qinghe Station, the host city of 2022 Beijing Olympic and Paralympic Winter Games. And this is Jessica with CGTN, together joining us at the special studios are...
I'm Jing Hui from CGTN, and today we got a very special guest from Tsinghua University, Dr. Yu. Would you like to do a short introduction to our viewers? Dr.
Hello everyone, my name is Yu Hongjun. I am an associate professor in Tsinghua University. Today I'm very honored to be here to share some of my points about Olympic Games.
Thank you so much. It's our honor to have you at this live stream.
Yes, since I've mentioned that we are in this special studio incorporated with 5G technology, so that's why we are here doing the live streams to our audience across the world. So special thanks to our helpers and for give us great support. So these are China Academy of Railway Sciences Corporation and also China Railway Jensen Technology Company for supporting us for this special series. And actually we are on a moving bullet train incorporated with 5G special studio, right?
So I feel really excited today because it's my first time aboard this bullet train. It's not a normal one, you know, it's the world's first bullet train incorporated with a studio powered by 5G.
Exactly.
And this railway go from Beijing, the capital of Beijing, all the way to Zhangjiakou, interlinking 3 competition zones of Winter Olympics. And today I feel like, wow, this train is so amazing. You know, we, the journalists and the reporters, we can communicate with each other without any delay, without any geographical concerns. And that's a great technical breakthrough.
Exactly. Even like with our colleagues at inside the bubble, right? And also, since this is actually the ninth day of the Olympic Games, and we are kind of in the middle term of the whole competition events schedule. And during the past week and for the coming week, we will also be here in this bullet train every morning till February 20th and present to you with the latest information, latest fresh news related to Winter Olympics. And we will also invite our guests, whether by online or to our special studio like Professor Yu today, and discussing their opinions, their predictions and interactions or ideas related to the Olympic Games. And also, do remember to feel free to leave your comments or ask questions during our live, whether on all our social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Yang Shipin, and WeChat channels. And we will have our guest, Professor Yu, and also if we can to answer the questions, and we'll be more than happy to back to you during the live and let's discuss about how do you think of the Winter Olympics and how do you think of the 5G special studio.
Yes, and before heading to today's topic, biathlon, I know, Jessica, you must have been watching all the events yesterday at home. So tell us what impressed you most at yesterday's event.
Okay, well, thank you so much for
trusting me
to
your
watch
love for Olympics.
the Olympic Games. Well, actually, I did watch some of the events yesterday. One of the events that impressed me the most is actually from last night. That is the figure skating ice dance. Yeah, and there were a pair of Chinese figure skater. One is Wang Shiyue and the other is Liu Xinyu. And they are, I should say, they are a great pair.
Yeah,
For the-
they match perfectly.
Match perfectly for the ice skating and for the event ice dancing. Maybe none of you may not know the ice skating, but for figure skating, there are different events. Yeah, and ice dancing would be, I should say, that is more like a show rather
Yeah.
than a competition.
It's
rather
more like
than
an
an
art
event.
piece.
Exactly. So it's more like ballet on the ice, and together with two members, and they would dance, showing their figure skills, and also together with a melody. So it's really an enjoyable moment in the 3 minutes show, and not just for the Team China, the two athletes, but also athletes from Finland, athletes from Czech Republic, and they're also doing, and also ROC, they're doing a really excellent job. So I really enjoyed my day last night.
Yeah,
So
great.
how about you, Jinghui?
And for me, another stunning performance that must be Chinese skater Gao Tingyu.
Yeah.
You know, he broke the Olympic record to win a gold medal for China's men 500 meters speed skating final, and that's a huge breakthrough for China. You know, we have been waiting for this medal for nearly 40 years, and I know, Professor, you are a big fan of speed skating,
Yeah.
and you've done so many research on speed skating. So how do you see that?
Congratulations, Ting Yu. I'm especially exciting because about 15 years ago, I was a master student in Tsinghua University. My thesis topic is speed skating for training load. So I also published one the first article for ICI speed skating training load distribution. So I think for Ting Yu get this result is cooperation for all athletes and coach and scientist cooperation is a very wonderful result.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Chinese speed skating team.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yes. So I should say that there will be 7 medals, in gold medals today, gold medals event today.
Yeah.
And the topic for today would be the biathlon.
Biathlon.
Yeah. And besides the event itself or the sport itself, we would like to discuss more about the mental, like physical strength with mental power, right? How the combination with this two, and also how we know that biathlon is the winter sports that is associated with rifle shooting.
Rifle shooting and cross-country skiing.
Yes, cross-country skiing. I think this kind of combination, this kind of mix, makes this event, makes this sports challenging and exciting to watch as well. So before we go into details about the sports itself, about the combination of mental strength and physical power, we would like to connect our online guest, Simpson Wascott, our colleague inside the bubble in Zhangjiakou, one of the competition zones. Hi, Simpson.
Hi, Simpson.
Hi, morning. Thanks for joining us. And we know that you are in Zhangjiakou, right? And and it also around like nice day or over a week for you inside the loop.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
How
2
time
weeks actually,
flies.
because we arrived here a week before.
How time flies. Okay.
Yes,
So would
indeed.
you like to share with us some of your thoughts or your opinions on the previous event of the biathlon, the sports?
Yeah, I mean, the biathlon, it's often been a sport that was dominated, at least at Olympics or at World Championships, it's often dominated by a few athletes or a few nations, and this time it's the same thing. There are 3 athletes so far that have won 3 medals in every single one of their races so far. And I mean, we've got a new French star, Quentin Fillon-Maillet. He's stepped in to fill the shoes of Martin Fourcade, who was such a legend and in biathlon for such a long time, dominated the sport. He's no longer here as a competitor, but we've got a new French star. He won the gold on Tuesday in the men's individual 20 kilometers kilometer. He also won the mixed relay silver with his French team. And then yesterday took silver again in the men's 10 kilometer sprint. So that's the French side. And then the Norwegians obviously have been dominant. And one story that was great, it was yesterday, two brothers ended up on the podium at the Olympics. So Johannes Tingnesbø, who's also been an incredible star for the last few years, the Norwegian team already got mixed relay on Saturday in gold. And then they didn't do as well in the individuals, in the individual races, but then yesterday and the day before, the Norwegians came out strong, and they won gold again in the sprint. And yesterday, Johannes Tingnesbø won gold, and then his older brother won bronze, Tarjei Bø. So great story there.
Yeah, thank you for sharing us with the powerhouses of the event biathlon. And have you ever watched the event or the sports, any matches on scene? And how do you feel the environment, the atmosphere?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting race because not everything is happening in the one spot, so you only see one part or the other. Yeah. But obviously it's very exciting when you see the shooting. Everybody can understand that. It doesn't take a lot of explaining. You just have to hit the target or not, and you see, you hear the crowd going, oh, ah. So it makes it very exciting. The biathlon, I was at the biathlon, the men's sprint yesterday. It's cold. It's very cold when the sun sets, but it's a very nice venue, and it's just an exciting race. Especially the sprint. It goes so quickly, and there's one athlete after the other going by, so it's hard to take it all in, but it's exciting, and it's the Olympics, so it's the best.
Exactly. I think that is the magic of this event, and I think it is also one of the most challenging and exciting event to watch as well, because there is a combination of the shooting and also the skiing, right? And you need I think there is a great rapid shift for the athletes to shift from cross-country skiing and to the rifle shooting as well. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, if you watch it on TV, it looks so simple. They're racing and then they stop and then they shoot. But, if the camera zooms in, you can tell, they're breathing heavily because they've been racing. They need to calm down. They need to slow their breath. They need to calm their heartbeat to be able to really steady themselves and be able to hit that target. And it's incredibly hard. And but, they're the best of the best here at the Olympics, and it's so impressive to watch.
Exactly. I'm so jealous of you that can watch the sports on scene, and there will be more stories behind the scene, right? Okay, so what are your expectations for the coming races of the biathlon?
I mean, like you said, we're halfway through the competitions, so there are still plenty of competitions to go, including in the biathlon. Today, there are two competitions, the men's and the women's pursuit, and there are chances that the people who have already won quite a few medals win more medals, including the Norwegians and the French guy Fillon Maillet. So it could be 4 medals out of 4 races. That would be exciting. Then there's relays later in the week, and then the mass start. So yeah, there will be plenty to watch. So definitely stay tuned and check it all out, because we might have some surprises, or we might just have people who are just swiping all the medals, and that's also an amazing story when they get to do that.
Okay, so looking forward to your pieces and for the coming events. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for all the answers and all the stories you're sharing with us. And thank you for today, and please do stay safe and stay healthy. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Yeah, have a good day. Thank you. Yeah, I think Simpson just shared us with some behind the scenes stories, and actually she is in Zhangjiakou, so there will be more stories and unseen stories what she has witnessed during the competition. So, and before we go into details, together with Professor Yu, talking about the event itself and also talking about the powerhouses in the event in winter sports in biathlon. And there will be a short video, a 1-minute video, telling you more about the basic information about the event biathlon. Please enjoy the video.
Welcome back to CGTN special 5G Winter Games live stream on this bullet train. And thank you, Professor Yu, again, and thank you for joining us. And today's topic will be biathlon. You know, I can still remember watching Winter Olympics when I was a kid. You know, I never understood biathlon. It seems so arbitrary. You know, the racers, they ski somewhere, they shoot at some targets, and they ski elsewhere. So, but there's a reason for it, because the game came from the military patrol contest between Norwegian and Sweden soldiers, and then it became so popular throughout the whole Europe. And in 1924, it was first time added to the Winter Olympics, but the participants were all soldiers. And until 1960, biathlon became a formal event at the Winter Olympics. And for me, you know, biathlon is one of the most tiresome Winter Olympic sports. Yeah. So for me, I think the challenge must be the shooting. You know, when you are skiing, you have to fight every second. But when you come into the shooting range, you have to take all that down, to take control of your breath and standing still, and to just to shoot clean. So that's a huge pressure. It's like thread a needle in a snowstorm, like with all fans and photographers, with suffocating pressure of shooting clean. So I'm so curious, like, how could they achieve this?
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yes, just like Jinghui has said, that the biathlon is the athletes competing in cross-country skiing will frequently stopped or interrupted by some like places that you would do the rifle shooting. Yes, and which is around like 50 meters away.
50
the target
meters away.
is. Yes.
And if you fail the
Miss
shooting,
the target,
you have to do like a penalty loop.
Or
at
penalty
1 minute.
time added to the final time. So I think
true.
that is a great pressure on the biathletes. During the full schedule. So that is one of the things that I think makes this event special and challenging as well. And just like Simpson has said during the online interview, that one of the I should say there are quite a lot of like powerhouses in this event, the biathlon, like Germany, France, Norway, and Canada as well. So I've read an article on CGTN website, and the title is "First Learn to Ski, Then On to Olympics," and it describes the memorandum of understanding on sport cooperation between China and Norway, and which indicates that actually the cooperation first just kicked off in 2017. Yeah, 2017, and Zhang Bei, the team leader of Chinese national cross-country skiing team said we at the very first time, China actually has a very few athletes that could participate in this event. However, Norway is one of the strongest countries, so the committee would like to propose this kind of cooperation and wanted to teach our athletes how to train in the sport and how to train better. So our Norwegian partners gave us great support and great guidance. I think in this means that sport itself is to support each other and to participate in the event and to show the sportsmanship, like stronger, faster, and higher, right? So, Professor Yu, we would like to know that why Norway is one of the powerhouses in winter sports, in winter events, and also particularly in biathlon.
Okay, I just published one book. Name is Western Country Policy Theory, Methodology, and Tendency. I cooperation with my doctor students just published this paper.
Congrats to
And
you.
in my book, I have 3 main points to show why Norway has become one of the strongest country in the Winter Olympic Games. First, I think I have 3 main reasons. First is environment, natural environment, and social environment. For natural environment, as we know, in Norway there is a lot of snow and very
snow
beautiful
period,
country.
yes.
And for the social environment, I know that for Norway, skating for all, from children to older adults, or everyone, almost everyone use skating.
Without age limitation.
Right,
Yes.
there is a lot of population to skating, and skating for free. And the second reason I think is funding support. I know that before 1992, there is just get a little Olympic medal in the Winter Olympic Game for Norway, but after then, the country get a lot of money for the Olympic Game Committee and support. There is Winter Olympic Games and support their player, athletes, coach. So that this is 2 reasons. The third one I think is scientist support.
Research.
There is a very famous university, Norwegian School of Sports Science. This sports university is top 3 sports university in the world. The university allowed scientists to publish their paper and do research on the winter events. So this is supporting the main 3 reasons, in my opinion, to support their successful for Norway Winter Olympic Games.
Yeah, exactly. And when it comes to Norway, we have to mention a name, Biathlon. Yeah, who is the king of biathlon. And now he and his wife came to China in 2019, became the coach for our Chinese biathlon team. And that's amazing. When they came to China, they saw a lot of athletes, they saw how they do training, and they saw a huge potential that they could do to help us to improve. And I believe this time at the Winter Olympics, our Chinese athletes, the young athletes, could do well. And it's also a very good opportunity for them to learn from the top class biathletes from all over the world.
Exactly. I think for the international coaches participating and joining Team China it is also for the Norwegian coaches. It is also part of the operation that I've mentioned in the article. Yes, and I think in this term that it is more like a large family coming from different parts of the world, and they are trying to fight for the same goal, right, to improve the skills of our participators, of our athletes, and also to tell more like experience. They are more experienced, right? Experienced coaches, experienced athletes, and tell them from their point of view how to train and how to improve the skills. And it's more like a large family and coming from different parts of the world, regardless of the culture, regardless of the background, and you are aiming for fighting for the same goal. I think that is the magic, and this is also the most beautiful part for the sports.
And it's also the Olympic spirit,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
And another thing I found really interesting during this Winter Olympics, that would be a lot of more and more athletes, they do a really good balance between sports, exercise, and their work. Like Guilin, who's been so famous on social media platform after she won the gold. We know Ellen, she just finished her high school in 2 years, less than other students, and she posted on her Instagram that she is heading to Stanford this summer.
Yeah,
and that's wow! I'm so jealous of her.
So jealous.
And besides, in another girl, Limida, an automation engineer from Sweden, she asked like 2 months leave from work just to prepare for the Winter Olympics for curling, and she won a bronze medal for her country.
Yeah,
I mean I'm so amazed. How could they balance so well? Yeah, between the sports and the work. So Professor Yu, I want to ask you, how do you view this trend, and how's China progressing on helping athletes to balance their sports and work in education?
Okay, these days, Guilin phenomenon is a very hot topic.
Yeah, so hot,
so popular.
As you mentioned, that he can balance study and training and athletes. So there is also there is a hot topic for Chinese students and athletes. And for Chinese athletes, you know that in China there is just there is a name word is students athletes or athlete students is totally different. You know, for Chinese is athletes is students athletes because there's training for all.
Yeah.
Just for training. After they get a medal and then go to the college and to study. This is different from Guilin style. You know, there's it's a long history for all Chinese training system. Our system is learned from Soviet Union. Also, this system I think is very successful for us to get a very best performance in, especially in summer Olympic Games. Also, England and other countries to learn all system. But the system there's a problem then is how to cultivate athletes. From there's the long way the whole life to cultivate.
After
balance.
the retirement.
Retirement. You know, I was a martial art player, and I training a lot of years. I got my degree, I got my degree from Beijing Sports University, and then I found I should to study and to learn more. I'm very lucky to pursue my master degree in Tsinghua University and then pursue my PhD degree in Tsinghua.
That's not luck. That's hard working. That's hard working.
But for my friend, they cannot have this experience. So this is a problem for Chinese training system. So we should to change. There is a very hot topic. Topic to discussion argument to combine all education system and training system. So for us, there's a lot of work to do. Also in Tsinghua University, you know, about 100 years ago, there is a very famous professor name is John Ma Yuehan. He is a physical education professor in Tsinghua University. About 100 years, he pursued his master's degree in Springfield in United States. His master degree title is the transfer value of athletes. Yeah, that means for normal students should to do more sports, do more exercises. He get a foundation in Tsinghua University. Now in Tsinghua University, normal students do a lot of exercises. There is a very famous slogan in Tsinghua University is that health work for 50 years.
Work healthy for 50
for motherland.
years.
For motherland. So another slogan is that 8 hours minus 1 hour better than 8 hours study. So in Tsinghua University, there's a lot of students do more exercises. So it's good for health. So for not only for athletes, but also for normal students should balance their study and athletes and make theirs get better. Also, for me, I know that the athletes training make you study hard and can support you get more confidence. If you do face some
difficulties.
And you can conquer. You can know that. Everyone knows that there's a dark. We just a bank in your life, but we don't know the back, the forward.
We that's what we learn from sports.
Backward. So we have a confidence to go, to run, to fight, to never give up. Just
never give up.
Fighting. This is the main inspiration, I think, for me and for all students to get the more sports.
And that is also the spirit for every athlete as well. Even though that the result matters, we all want the best scores or the best results, but the process also matters as well, whether during our training for the practice of the sports or studying as well. Right? Yes. And for me, actually, for this event, the biathlon, what I find quite challenging and interesting to figure out is actually for the heartbeat. The heartbeat changes rapidly because during the cross-country skiing part, your heartbeat might be
so high.
Be reaches to top as like 120, 130 beat per minute. But you need to change rapidly, and you need to do the biathlete need to do the rifle shooting, and during that time you need to calm down, and the heartbeat might be around like 60 or 70 or 80 beat per minute. So I know that is really hard, but how do the athletes train themselves during the practice, during the exercises?
Okay, there is in training field there is a name a model training is high intensity interval training. HIIT. This is very right now popular popular for sports enthusiasts.
At the gyms, a lot of people go for it. Because it's really good for fat loss.
Yes. For this kind of training, there is two advantages. One is save time. Just use maybe 10 minutes can get the very good effect compared with aerobic continuous training. So this is one reason. Another reason that for this kind of training can stimulate people's heart.
Physical.
Very very good effect. So this is the two effect. And another disadvantage is that for normal people, especially have some heart disease, should be take care. Under there's doctor suggestion
Guidance.
to do this
Yeah.
kind of
Okay.
exercises, and also for normal people should be step by step.
Yeah, that's important. We can't push ourselves,
Yes.
right? You know, it's the most important thing at the Winter Olympics is not to win, but to like take part,
Yes.
to participate.
Exactly.
Yeah, to feel the spirit of Olympics.
And also we can do the HIIT for the normal
yeah,
people
we can,
like us.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can do it
real for real. Yes.
after the live.
yeah. Well,
Because
thank you.
for
On
this
the train.
for this kind of training is your heart beat very high, and then the
Become
recovery and not recovery, and then to running and speed next. So it stimulate the heart very big. So should do take care.
Yeah, we should do it.
Yeah, because of the host actually for 2008 Summer Games and also this time's 2022 Winter Games that actually encourage more public to involve more people to the Winter Games as well, because there is like regulation or intimation in 2018 that we would like to encourage 300 million people involved into the Winter Olympics, into the winter sports, which indicates that we will encourage more and more people to participate and to join, or at least to try
Yeah, try.
winter sports, whether snow activities or ice activities. So, have you ever like try any other sports yourself?
Yeah, for sure. I love snowboarding.
Really?
Yeah, I love it so much. Even though I'm still in the medium level track, but yeah, I love it. And I can tell like this year, this winter, more people, like in Beijing, they just flock to
Exactly.
the ski resorts.
Yeah.
So I can tell China made its promise on engaging 300 million people in winter sports.
Yeah.
And we can see also like on Douyin, China's version of
TikTok.
yeah, tons of videos of people like playing the curling matches that gain millions of views.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Just like Professor Yu have said that I think one of the reasons why Norway has become the winter sports powerhouse is because of the citizens back in Norway would participate into winter sports from different ages, right? And I was actually back from Altai in Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous
Wow,
Region
I'm so
a few
jealous.
weeks, few
Share
weeks
with
ago.
us.
Yeah, one thing I find quite interesting or surprised me or I find quite encouraging is actually the students, primary students or middle school students, they would have their PE lessons just inside the ski resort.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's cool.
We went to one of the famous skiing resorts, the General Mountain Skiing Resort in Altai Prefecture. We see a lot of younger generations, even 3 years old or 4 years old,
Like a
and they're
baby,
so
yeah.
cute. Yes, they're so cute, but they can do the skiing themselves
Right.
perfectly.
Right.
I should say better than us, perfectly. And I think it is the enthusiasm, it is the passion that in
Right.
our younger generation's heart that would encourage more people
Right.
to
Yeah.
this sport, to the
Right.
winter sports.
Right.
Yeah. So how do you think of this kind of like bringing the sports into
Yeah.
your life, into your hobby?
Yeah, I think sports for all. Also, in my field, there is a guideline for normal people to do more physical activity. Yeah, do more exercises. Everybody should do 150 minutes at least. 150 minutes do more exercises. This is the guideline for us to do more exercises. I think right now Olympic Games make all people have the passion to
To be
encourage
involved.
us to
Yeah.
do more
Yes.
exercises. I think this is a good phenomena and a good reason for us to do exercises and make your health. I think the healthy China, one of very important part is to do more exercises for
Exercise.
all people.
Yeah.
Sport for all. Yeah, it's my dream.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your views with us. And that's almost all for today.
Yes.
And for today's schedule, and today 7 golds are up for grab. And the women's slopestyle qualification run has postponed from 10 o'clock to 12 because of the weather today. It's
which is
snowing.
around like 2 hours later.
Yeah, 2 hours later. Don't forget to watch Guailing's stunning performance. And in the
Freestyle
afternoon,
ski.
and 2 golds will come out from Biathlon women's 10 kilometers pursuit and men's 12.5 kilometers pursuit. And even in the evening, Chinese skaters Wu Dajing, Ren Ziwei, and another young Chinese
Three male athletes, skiers.
Yeah, they will get another medals for China in the men's 500-meter short track speed skating in the capital indoor stadium. So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. And so before we say goodbye to all of you, I would like to share some comments. There are some comments for our live streams. For Facebook, John Vincent Chu said, the warmest greetings from Sanggan, Patani, Malaysia. And thank you. Hi.
Malaysia must be
Yeah.
a very good weather today.
Yeah, good
Not like
weather.
Beijing.
Yes, and also another viewers on Facebook said, keep up the good work, and thank you so much.
Thank
yes.
you.
Thank you for being together with us during the live streams, and we'll be also here for the next week. So if you're interested in Beijing Winter Olympics, please do remember to stay tuned with us on CGTN on our Facebook, of Twitter, YouTube, and the website, and also the
Other social media
platforms. Yeah, thank you for your support. And yes, so basically these are all some of the comments, and do remember to stay tuned with us and share with your stories with us, with CGTN, about winter sports, and how do you like this year's sports, and who is your favorite athletes, and which is your favorite events as well. Yeah, so great thanks to Professor Yu together
Thank
joining
you
us.
again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so
My
much
honor.
for joining us and telling us more about the physical strength and mental power, how they combine together, and what are the things that normal people could do, right, to exercise
HIIT.
more, to access more, and sports for all. Right, so great thanks for all of you, and please do remember to stay tuned with us, and I should say see you tomorrow, and have a nice day.
See you.
See you. Bye bye.
Beijing, China's capital and its cultural nerve center, a modern metropolis with traditional roots. And now it becomes the first city in the world to host both Summer and Winter Olympics. After 14 years, the biggest sporting extravaganza returns to Beijing. Thousands of athletes from around the globe will compete in over 100 events at 3 zones. Cheered on by over 1.4 billion Chinese citizens and millions abroad. CGTN will bring you a ringside view of the historic event. 2022 Beijing Olympics, the games that matter, on CGTN. See the difference.